We will get started. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Amy Goldberg, the Dean of the Lewis Katz School of Medicine, and it is my pleasure to welcome all of you today to Awards Day. Tomorrow morning, we will celebrate the considerable accomplishments of all the members of the class of 2023 at commencement. While we are proud of all of our graduates and all of our faculty, some of you, however, merit special recognition for exceptional academic achievements and outstanding contributions to the life of the school. That's why you are here today. Today is really all about all of you. And we're especially delighted to see many of our students' family and friends here. It is really a privilege, and we are so happy that you are here to join us. A special welcome to all of you, and please know that we truly share in your pride. First, I would ask you to join me in acknowledging the outstanding efforts of individuals who have worked with you during your years at Temple and who were instrumental in both arranging this program and graduation tomorrow. So I'd like to acknowledge our staff from the Office of Student Support and Undergraduate Medical Education, and I'd like to acknowledge them with a round of applause. Gary, we're also acknowledging you too, sitting over there. We also want to thank the interpreters helping us today. So we will begin by recognizing members of the class of 2023 who have been inducted into Alpha Omega Alpha, the National Medical Honor Society, and the Gold Humanism Honor Society. Dr. Kimberly Ford will announce AOA members, and Dr. Dion Cash, the 2023 faculty inductee to the Gold Humanism Honor Society, will announce its inductees. So Drs. Ford and Cash, come on up. Dr. Ford first. Oh, yeah, Dr.
The following members of the class of 2023 have been elected to the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society. I ask that applause be held until all are introduced and that students rise when their names are announced and remain standing. Our congratulations. Kwasi Abaje. Grace Amadio. Eric Henning Ander. Kimberly Barr. Rebecca Bates. Alexa Deemer. Nicholas Juan Echeverria. Shyler Edwards. Shanice Ferguson. Eric Gramslow. Kathleen Gravaran. DeAndrew Gersey. Emily Hansen. Bryson Hoover Hankerson. Aaron Jarvis. Chase Jennings. Christina Julian. Gabrielle Lamardo. Asher Mandel. Christopher Murkison. Brett McClarney. Ariana Mirzada. Vineet Naran. Caitlin Wen. Jeanette Nicosia. Ozichi Oswaha. Paulo Parench. Amanda Parola. Maura Risk. Alex Rizzo. Hannah Schwartz Foster. Arnav Shah. Kiathi Somaja. Shun Tingji. Adiola Togun. Teresa Tran. Demetrius Woodard. And Timothy Young.
It is my pleasure now to announce the names of the class of 2023 members who have been elected to the Gold Humanism Honor Society for compassion and patient care. I ask again that applause be held until all are introduced. Students, please rise when your names are announced and remain standing. Kwasi Aboje, Grace Amadio, Henning Ander, Kimberly Barr, Rebecca Bates, Frank Cedeno, Nicholas Echeverria, Shyler Edwards, Shanice Ferguson, Eric Gramslow, Como Golati, Bryson Hoover Hengerson, Jessica Kerstetter, Ivana Kohut, Emily Lavelle, Rebecca Maeda, Ariana Merzada, Laneet Narin, Caitlin Nguyen, Jeanette Nicosia, William Oli, Megan Patton, Amanda Parola, Hannah Roach, Genevieve Schmidt, Arnav Shah, Kiate Somayaji, Megan Schweiren, Demetrius Woodard, Brooke Slotschuer. Congratulations. I now invite our senior associate. I now invite our Senior Associate Dean for Education, Dr. Mary Ellen Gusick, to come forward to present our 2023 Faculty Awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to present honors to faculty members who have made a significant impact to the class of 2023 as their teachers, their role models, their advisors, their mentors, and guides, and coaches. I will announce the award and describe it, and then announce the recipient. Honorees, please come up as you hear your name. Dr. Goldberg will present you with your certificate, and you will pose for a photo. The first award this afternoon for faculty is the Russell and Pearl Moses Memorial Endowed Medical Award for excellence in clinical teaching at Temple University Hospital. This year's recipient is Dr. Jessica James. The next award is the Blockley Osler Award. This award is given for excellence in clinical teaching at St. Luke's University Health Network. And this year's recipient, Dr. Manuel Puente.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
The next faculty award is the Dr. Henry P. and M. Page Laughlin Award for excellence in clinical teaching at a Lewis Katz School of Medicine clinical affiliate site. This year's recipient is Dr. Michael Del Vecchio. Next, I have the privilege to introduce the Golden Apple Awards. These awards are selected by the class of 2023 in recognition of outstanding teaching, commitment, and enthusiasm in educating LKSOM medical students. The 2023 recipients are Dr. Stephen Popoff, Dr. Scott Shore, Dr. Rachel Patterson, and Dr. Hannah Raverby. Dr. Patterson is not here, but Dr. Patterson couldn't be here today. Oh. During the university-wide recognition of faculty in March, 2 awards were presented to our medical school faculty, and we'd like to recognize those honorees again today at this auspicious occasion. The Christian R. and Mary F. Limbeck Foundation Award is presented to a university faculty member for distinguished teaching and outstanding service in stimulating and guiding the intellectual development of students. The 2023 recipient this year was Dr. Bettina Butaro. My guess is she's teaching right now. And the Paul W. Eberman Faculty Research Award, in recognition of a single research study or body of research work on a given topic that's considered to be a major contribution to the field. And the 2023 recipient was Dr. Tricia Barda. So we now turn to the students. So we want to congratulate our faculty honorees, but it's with great pride, as Dr. Goldberg said, and admiration that we present these honors to our students. Each award will be presented by a different faculty member, and it's in the order that's listed in your program. If anybody needs a program, we do have extra ones, so please just raise your hand and we'll be sure that you get one. Each faculty presenter will be asked to introduce him or herself, state the name of the award, have a brief description of the award, and have some words to say about the award recipient. Then student recipients, when you hear your name, please come down so that you can again take a picture like the faculty did with Dr. Goldberg when she presents you with your certificate. So let's begin. Dr. Popoff.
Good afternoon. I am Steve Popoff, Professor and Chair of Biomedical Education. And the first award being given out today is the John Franklin Huber Award. John Franklin Huber was an eminent anatomist and mentor to many medical students here at the Lewis Katz School of Medicine during his tenure. Among his many seminal contributions to the fields of anatomy and medicine, Dr. Huber, along with Dr. Chevalier Jackson and Dr. Charles Norris, I always think of Chuck Norris on TV, but it's not the same person, were the first to describe the bronchopulmonary segments of the lung. In honor of Dr. Huber, this prize is awarded to a member of the graduating class for their excellence in the field of clinical anatomy. This year, the award goes to a student who exhibits a passion for both learning and teaching anatomy to other students, a student who consistently demonstrated her exquisite skills in dissection. She is going to Baylor College of Medicine in Houston to complete her residency in otolaryngology. Grace Amadio. The next award is the Raymond Truex Award Raymond Truex was a faculty member at the Lewis Katz School of Medicine back in the 1960s and 1970s. He was a world-renowned scholar in brain anatomy. He wrote a textbook of neuroanatomy defining structure-function relationships in the brain, and this book served as a primary resource for over 2 decades. In honor of Dr. Truex, this prize is awarded to a member of the graduating class for their excellence in neuroscience. This year, the award goes to a student who is going to Mayo Clinic to complete his residency in internal medicine, Caleb Foster.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Gordon Morwood. I'm the chair of the Department of Anesthesiology, and I'm here today to present the Krumperman Award. Dr. Krumperman graduated from the Temple University School of Medicine in 1944. He ultimately became the Department of Anesthesiology's third and longest serving chair, providing direction to the department's clinical, research, and educational missions from 1950 until his death in 1975. He was a nationally recognized pioneer in the field of regional anesthesia, and his smiling face still graces the halls of Temple University Hospital today. Each year, this award is presented in Dr. Krumperman's memory to the medical student who, in the opinion of the department's faculty, has demonstrated the greatest potential for future contributions to the field. This year, Gabrielle Limardo distinguished herself by maximizing all potential learning opportunities during her rotation. And Gabrielle, you can start walking while I embarrass you further. She enthusiastically pursued experiences in each of the subspecialties of anesthesiology, from chronic pain to critical care medicine, and demonstrated exemplary professionalism and aptitude for the subject material. Gabrielle has matched to the anesthesiology residency at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City, but in the words of Dr. Salas, our clerkship director, already embodies many of the characteristics of the physicians and anesthesiologists we all strive to become. So congratulations.
Hello, I'm Dr. Candace Heath, Assistant Professor of Dermatology. And the Excellence in Dermatology Award goes to the best student working in our department. We have numerous students working with us, all of whom are excellent, but this award is reserved for the most outstanding student each year who performed exemplary work in both research and clinical capacity, selected by the department faculty. The recipient of this award demonstrated leadership in clinic, completed an award-winning quality improvement dermatology education research project for Spanish-speaking patients, and was instrumental in establishing a clinical research project for patients with skin cancer. She matched in dermatology at Temple. The recipient of this award is Teresa Tran.
Hello, I'm Megan Healy. I'm the Program Director of the Emergency Medicine Residency Program, and I'm thrilled today to present the Excellence in Emergency Medicine Award to one very deserving student. This award every year goes to a student who has displayed leadership, engagement with the department, excellence in patient care, and all interactions in the emergency department. This is a student who I actually interviewed for medical school. So that's exciting, many years ago. And he jumped right into emergency medicine from the time he was a first year and led programs that not only improved his own education, but brought emergency medicine to his fellow students and really helped grow many of the programs we have. And he will be heading next year west to California to complete his emergency medicine residency training. And the winner is Timothy Young.
Good afternoon. My name is Menachem Lisi. I'm the interim chair for the Department of Family and Community Medicine. I'm also the residency program director for family medicine here at Temple. I have 3 different awards to present, one of which has 2 recipients. The first award is the Philadelphia Assembly of Family Physicians Memorial Award. This is awarded annually to the graduating student who has demonstrated excellence and interest in the specialty of family medicine. During her first year of school, this student identified an opportunity for improvement and founded the Medical Student Research Initiative with a goal of providing a framework to enhance student and faculty research engagement and ultimately the institution's research culture. Also during her first year, she, along with 3 other students, started a LKSOM chapter of the American Association of Developmental Medicine and Dentistry. With this establishment, they were able to engage with other medical and dental students at different institutions to organize participation in the Special Olympics. During her second year, she became an LKSOM chapter co-president of the American Medical Student Association. She has also been on the doctoring curriculum representative for all 4 years at LKSOM. She will be doing her residency training at Thomas Jefferson University. Emily Lavelle. The next award is the Dr. Joseph Nathan Grossman Prize in Family Medicine. This has 2 recipients. This was established in honor of Joseph Nathan Grossman, class of 1924. This award is given to a 4th-year student who, as exemplified by Dr. Grossman in his professional career, will specialize in the practice and who exhibits the characteristics of Dr. Grossman. Our first recipient co-founded both the psychiatry and palliative medicine interest groups at our St. Luke's campus. All 4 years at LKSOM, he has been a student leader of the family medicine interest group at St. Luke's. During his first 2 years of school, he also volunteered on a weekly basis as a mentor of the Mary McLeod Bethune after-school program. He has also served as a peer academic facilitator for the past 3 years. He will be doing his training for residency at St. Luke's. Robert Graffin. Our next recipient has served in multiple leadership roles within the SNMA. During her first year, she served as the public relations chair, and in doing so, managed the interactions between the SNMA and all outside entities. During her second year, she served as the SNMA regional webmaster of Region 8, which includes 11 chapters spanning through Pennsylvania, Delaware, and West Virginia. For the past 2 years, she has been an upperclassman liaison, and in that capacity has served as an advisor to the executive board in helping to navigate through and meet national, regional, and school-based requirements. She has also served as a pre-matriculation program coordinator to help incoming first-year students transition into medical school. She will be doing her residency training also at Thomas Jefferson University. Adetutu Olowu. One more. One more. All right. The last award is the Edel Family Endowed Prize in Community Medicine. Established in honor of Erica Edel, class of 04, a previous recipient of the Family Medicine Community Service Award. This prize is awarded to a 4th-year medical student for commitment to community service and for collaborating with other disciplines or organizations and members of the target community in service and outreach planning. This student has served in multiple leadership positions throughout her time here at LKSOM, and I have no doubt that she will be a strong leader in our field going forward. Within the Students for a National Health Program alone, she has served as Temple's chapter co-president, the co-chair, the National East Delegate, and has also been the National Executive Board. She is engaged in several volunteer opportunities, including at the Broad Street Ministry, Prison Health News, and also as a Hero after-school tutor. In addition to her medical degree, she is also a candidate to receive her master's in urban bioethics. She will be doing her training also at Thomas Jefferson University. Megan Swyron.
My name is Ziggy Whitman. I'm a cardiac electrophysiologist here, and it is my pleasure to award the Matilda and Louis Soloff Prize for the graduate with superior knowledge, skill, and interest in cardiology. Dr. Soloff was a former chief here in cardiology, but he wasn't just a chief in cardiology, he was also an intern here. And he spent all his time from internship through his retirement at Temple. And I'm proud to say as an electrophysiologist that his first paper, published in 1938, was on cardiac arrhythmias. This year's recipient, and you can hold your applause to the end, I just want to say his name so that you can hear about him and know who he is Steve Hopkins. Steve's initial projects earlier on as he started medical school were actually as the right-hand man to Dr. John Daly, the former dean here, who's revered by many. So Steve, that's a feather in your cap wherever you are, and you should brag about that and cherish that. Thereafter, he worked at Fox Chase Cancer Center with some of the people in oncology and surgical oncology, but alas, we stole him and he's coming to cardiology. He's had a stellar medical school performance. He's been absolutely fabulous, and there was a swell of support in awarding him this prize. He's been involved in research in cardiology, heart failure, pulmonary hypertension, and cardiac electrophysiology, making him a cardiology renaissance man, and he's not even an intern yet. Despite being a standout student and person, Steve is humble, and he's more focused on what he does not know than what he does. So Steve will do us very proud as he embarks on his internship, residency, and then career. He's headed to Baylor. Congrats, Steve Hopkins. Well done.
The well-oiled machine that I am. I'm Dan Edmundowitz. I'm the interim chairman of the Department of Medicine, and I'm honored to be here. Congratulations to all of the students winning awards. I have two to mention today, unless I'm flagged down by someone. Okay. So this is the Emanuel Weinberger Prize. Is that right? Yeah. Excellent. The Emanuel Weinberger Prize is awarded to that student who has demonstrated advanced clinical skills and a commitment to patient advocacy. This year's award winner has done exactly that, particularly patient advocacy on his heart failure sub-internship. His astute judgment and clinical insight continually led to prompt and effective management. And he also demonstrated his cultural sensitivity that he has to all of his patients in this particular case when he guided a patient through transplant rejection therapy. He'll be heading to Chicago for his internal medicine residency at Rush University. Congratulations, Max McKee Proctor.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Spivak. I'm one of the faculty in infectious diseases, and I am excited to announce the awardee for the prize in excellence in infectious disease. This awardee impressed us all during her ID elective with her strong clinical skills and her deep understanding of infectious diseases, in addition to her sensitivity towards the sometimes difficult topics that we have to talk about in our field. Her nuanced history taking and her superb presentation skills helped her team make some challenging diagnoses while she was with us. And we're very lucky and excited that she's going to be staying here at Temple for her internal medicine residency training. Congratulations, Leah Manoj.
Is this on? Oh, there we go. All right. All right. So the next recipient demonstrated advanced clinical skills and a thoughtful humanistic approach to patient care. She has great analytical skills and is incredibly hardworking and a quick learner. She impressed the nephrology department with her research on the social networks of hemodialysis patients and potential barriers to living donor transplantation. She'll be heading to Oregon Health and Science University for her internal medicine residency. Congratulations, Brianna Lee. She's already moving.
So for an encore presentation, I have the privilege of presenting the Thomas Durant Award. Thomas Durant was chief of medicine, chair of medicine from 1956 to 1966, and in keeping with electrophysiologic subjects, he made some very notable contributions in electrocardiography of all things. But this year's Durant Award winner is someone who is recognized for exceptional clinical skills on all medicine rotations and electives. This year's award winner is clearly drawn to the humanistic side of medicine and takes time to get to know her patients as individuals and goes above and beyond to advocate for their needs. This awardee's passion for medicine has extended beyond her required clinical work. She's taken her skills outside the hospital and clinic with a strong interest in global health and healthcare diplomacy. She'll be heading to Massachusetts for her residency in internal medicine at Brigham and Women's. Congratulations, Ivana Kohut.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Monaco. I'm a academic hospitalist and one of the internal medicine clerkship directors. I am going to be presenting one of the Kravitz Awards in internal medicine today. The Kravitz Award was established in honor of Dr. Charles Kravitz, class of 1935. And this award is given to a member of the graduating class whose performance in internal medicine or incorporated characteristics manifested by Dr. Kravitz. The traits include academic excellence, humility, and genuine commitment to patient care. There are two recipients of this award this year. This year's first recipient has demonstrated impressive clinical skills, scholarly curiosity, superior medical knowledge, humility, leadership, and advocacy. Faculty and residents consistently noted her warm and empathetic bedside manner, commitment to patients, dedication to learning, and participation in research, including GI oncology and publishing CTEV research with the ACC. She's going to be heading to Northwestern for her internal medicine residency. Congratulations, Kiati Somiyaji.
Hello, I'm Caitlin Labella. I'm also an assistant professor in internal medicine and one of the internal medicine clerkship directors. And I'm presenting the second recipient of the Kravitz Award. This year's second recipient demonstrated clinical excellence and a humanistic approach to patient care. Faculty and residents who worked with him commented on his sharp clinical instincts and ability to explain complex concepts at a patient level and deliver them with empathy. He was noted to excel in internal medicine, both the inpatient and outpatient setting. He will be heading to Johns Hopkins for his internal medicine residency this summer. Congratulations, Henry Pronovost.
Hi, I'm Paul Katz. I'm the professor and chairman of the Department of Neurology here at Temple. And today I'm going to present the Matthew T. Moore Award for Excellence in Neurology. Matthew T. Moore is truly Temple made. He graduated from here in 1927, did his internship and residency here at Temple, and was then appointed as instructor of neuropathology at the University of Pennsylvania. In those days, all neurologists were also neuropathologists. He eventually became the first president of the American Association of Neuropathology, and in 1986, endowed a chair in investigative neurology here at Temple. This endowed chair offers two awards, one to a graduating medical student exhibiting excellence in neurology and neuroscience research, and one to a neurology resident for the same purposes. Some of his accomplishments are actually pretty daunting. He founded the Philadelphia Psychiatric Hospital and served as the chief psychiatrist there. He also served as president of the American Society of Medical Psychiatry, and he was distinguished senior professor emeritus of pathology here at Temple for many years. He did seminal research in abdominal epilepsy, and I'm sure none of you know what that really is, but it carries his name, the Moore syndrome. Our recipient, very deserving, Kathleen Graveren is a 2018 graduate of the Florida International University, and tomorrow she will receive, as will all of you, your MD degrees from Temple. She has been a leader and an advocate for LKSOM, having served as Secretary of the Latino Medical Student Association and co-president of the Student Interest Group in Neurology. Volunteering at a community clinic, Puentes de Salud, she was able to combine her advocacy in Latino health issues and her passion for neurology. An outstanding student, Kathleen was inducted into the AOA Society this spring. Learning and working in North Philadelphia enabled Kathleen to understand how social determinants perpetuated neurologic health disparities. Factors such as race, language barriers, socioeconomic status make it difficult, as we all know, for patients to receive and achieve their healthcare goals. So I'm delighted to be able to tell you that she is going to stay in Philadelphia and do her neurology residency at Thomas Jefferson. And as most of you know, I am recruiting, so please don't forget about us. It's my pleasure to present the Matthew T. Moore Award to Kathleen Graveren.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mercedes Jacobson. I'm the Neurology Clerkship Director. This year, we have 2 recipients for the American Academy of Neurology Medical Student Prize for Excellence, and the prize is meant for graduating medical students who have the most promising career potential in neurology as seen by the LKOSM faculty and residents. Our first recipient is the nominee or the recipient for adult neurology. She is a resident of Ben Salem and a graduate of Harvard University. She returned to LKOSOM for her 4 years of medical school and combined her interests in global health and health policy, social justice, and neurology. And with her work at Zion Cares, she was an active member providing emergency community support to Thrive Bridge Clinic during her first few years of medical school and an important part of the Student Diversity Council. Her clinical research at Temple has been a study of how the social determinants of health impact stroke risk reduction. She is also a 2023 inductee to AOA. Ms. Ozichi Oshoa will be completing her neurology residency at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. Also, neurology awards come with swag. The American Academy of Neurology also recognizes excellence in pediatric neurology. Our 2023 awardee for pediatric neurology is a 2018 graduate of the University of Pittsburgh. Her lengthy CV delineates her passion, innovation, and competency in caring for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. She is the author of 5 peer-reviewed publications and 7 abstracts. Her research has included the positive impact of athletics and exercise for Special Olympics athletes, and also disparities in healthcare and in organ transplantation for patients with intellectual disabilities. Erin Jarvis was also inducted into the AOA in 2023. She will go on to a neurodevelopmental disabilities residency at Johns Hopkins. Congratulations.
Hello. I'm Amy Cruz. I'm the Associate Clerkship Director for OBGYN, and I have 2 awards that I'm presenting today. The first is the Scholars Award in Obstetrics and Gynecology. This is awarded to the graduating class member for outstanding aptitude in obstetrics and gynecology and overall excellence in academic performance. This awardee has excelled in her OBGYN rotations and shown a consistent commitment to women's health. She was integral to a quality improvement project involving simulation training, and the project has helped to guide the simulation curriculum provided to our residency program. She has been an active member of the Thrive Clinic throughout medical school and has served as one of their executive board members. She will be heading to Baltimore, Maryland for OBGYN residency at the University of Maryland, and I'm pleased to present this award to Christina Julian. Next is the J. Robert Wilson Research Award. This is awarded in memory of J. Robert Wilson, MD, Chair of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at Temple from 1947 to 1963. The recipient of this award exemplifies outstanding critical and analytical thinking, strong interest in research, and great promise for pursuing a career in the reproductive sciences. This awardee has consistently demonstrated a commitment to research and academic progress. She completed a self-driven case report and assisted with literature review, data collection, and manuscript writing for a resident thesis project. Additionally, she demonstrated her commitment to academic success through leading shelf exam review sessions for the OBGYN clerkship and is performing research on the effects of this session and shelf scores. She has served as a volunteer at the Thrive Clinic and has demonstrated her support for reproductive rights through organizing fundraising efforts to help patients access reproductive care. She'll be heading to Seattle, Washington for OBGYN residency at the University of Washington, and I'm pleased to present this award to Kendall Hamilton.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Milo Seward, the Chair and Program Director of Orthopedic Surgery. I'm going to editorialize and say that today and tomorrow are my 2 favorite days of the year. We are very lucky here at Temple in that as I give this award, I can honestly say this is the closest it's been in the time that I've been affiliated with our department in terms of deciding who is deserving of this award. Many of the people who are in competition for this stood to be recognized as members of AOA, and I think it's a testament to the quality of students that we have at Temple. The John W. Lockman Award is named for John Lockman, who is a Temple lifer. He graduated from Temple undergrad in 1936, medical school in 1943. Things got a little interrupted for World War II when he served in the Army, and then he completed the orthopedic residency here in 1950. He remained on the faculty and became chair in 1965 and served until 1986 in that role before ultimately retiring in 1998. He is remembered by many in the orthopedic community as being the mentor of our mentors. He's recognized not just for the physical exam test that bears his name, the auditorium upstairs that bears his name, but for his unwavering commitment to integrity, humility, service, and education. And it is for those reasons that this award is given in his name. Our recipient is a graduate of the University of British Columbia. He came here and did his post-bac at Temple. And while a medical student at Temple, he served as the student chair of Puentes de Salud. He's inducted into AOA. He was described as being very hardworking with an unusual hunger to learn. So fulfilling those qualities of Dr. Lockman. Our recipient will be remaining at Temple for his orthopedic residency. It is Nicholas Echeverria.
Good afternoon. My name is Cecilia Schmalbach, and I'm the chair of the Department of Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery, and it's my privilege to get to award the Bernard J. Ronis and Max L. Ronis Prize in Otolaryngology. Dr. Bernard Ronis was actually the class of 1934 and former chief of otolaryngology. His son, Dr. Max Ronis, was class of 1956 and then chair of the Department of Otolaryngology. This award is given to the member of the graduating class who demonstrated commendable interest and aptitude in otolaryngology head and neck surgery. Driven, poised, professional, all words that our faculty have used to describe this awardee. She emerged as a natural leader and role model throughout her 4 years serving on the admissions board as well as the honor board, where she was responsible for introducing first and second year medical students to professionalism and ethics. Her scientific contributions involving tracheostomy outcomes in the setting of COVID-19 were absolutely outstanding, earning her a podium presentation not only at the state level, but actually at the national level as well. And we are so grateful that in doing so, she waved our Temple flag. And it's exciting to think about the next phase of her career where she'll continue to wave that Temple flag at the Baylor College of Medicine. So congratulations, Dr. Grace Amadio.
My name is Steve Aronoff, and I'm chairman of the Department of Pediatrics here at Temple. The first award for excellence in pediatrics is the Angelo DeGeorge Award. Dr. DeGeorge, like many of the other named awards today, was Temple made and graduated from Temple University School of Medicine during World War II. He joined the faculty at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children in 1946 and remained active on the faculty until 1989. Dr. DeGeorge was known for his clinical insightfulness and for his clinical acumen. Of interest, there is a syndrome named after DeGeorge, suitably called DeGeorge syndrome, which actually laid the groundwork for our current understanding of modern immunology and modern tumor immunology, as well as transplant immunology. It's of interest that Dr. DeGeorge, in fact, was an endocrinologist, which is something all the Temple students should know. And I actually had an opportunity to sit down with Dr. DeGeorge late in his career and ask him, Dr. DeGeorge, where is the paper you wrote on DeGeorge syndrome? And the answer to that is quite enigmatic because the response was, there isn't one. Those of you who want the details about Dr. DeGeorge, see me after the assembly. This year's recipient of the DeGeorge Prize demonstrated keen clinical acumen as well as wonderful interactions with patients and an insightfulness that is reminiscent of Dr. DeGeorge. She will be continuing her pediatric education at the Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C. She is Houston Curtis. The second prize for excellence in pediatrics this year has 2 recipients, and the award is named for Dr. Waldo E. Nelson. Dr. Nelson was chairman of the Department of Pediatrics from 1940 through 1964, and is rightfully known as the father of modern American pediatrics. During the time that he was at St. Christopher's Hospital, he was one of the first chairmen and one of the first examiners for the American Board of Pediatrics. And he's best known for Nelson's textbook of pediatrics, which is now in its 37th edition and is still considered to be the go-to reference in the field. Of note, if you get your hands on a copy of Volume 1 and look in the index, you will see evidence that his daughter actually took the galleys to the printer, because if you look under B, you will see in the index birds, comma, for the pages 1 through 2042. The first recipient of the Nelson Prize received a grade of honors during her pediatric core clerkship, demonstrated excellent clinical acumen and wonderful compassion with her families, and assumed wonderful care for her patients. She will be continuing her medical education on the Harriet Lane service at Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital. She is Bailey Sperry. The second recipient also received honors during his pediatric court clerkship and had the misfortune of having to spend a week with me on the pediatric infectious disease service at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children. During that time, he took remarkable care of his patients and demonstrated an intellectual curiosity that I have not seen very often among students. He will be continuing his pediatric education with the University of North Carolina at Carolina Medical Center in Charlotte. He is Seth Klein. And I think you still owe me a write-up.
I'm John Elrod, Director of the Cardiovascular Research Center, and I'm honored to present the Mary Weidman Award. Dr. Weidman was a longtime faculty member here at the School of Medicine, and her work on the physiology of the microcirculation really was at the forefront of biomedical sciences. Her work really contributed to the basic textbook understanding of vascular physiology, and she in fact co-authored some text which is still cited today. This year's award recipient is to a graduate student who studied how maternal hypothyroidism impacts progeny. Her works actually showed that maternal hypothyroidism actually induced changes in cardiac development that increases the risk of acquiring cardiovascular disease later in life. She has decided to go on and pursue postdoctoral training at Johns Hopkins University. This year's recipient of the Mary Weidman Award is Yi-Ji Lee. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ellen Glozman. I'm the Clerkship Director for Psychiatry, and I'm here to present two psychiatry-related awards. The first one is O. Spurgeon English. It was established in honor of Dr. O. Spurgeon English, as the name suggests, who was the chair of psychiatry at Temple from 1938 to 1964. This prize is awarded for excellence in psychiatry in all 4 years of medical school training. The recipient of the award must be excellent in clinical, academic, and interpersonal skills. And this year's awardee has demonstrated just that in all clinical settings. He has also done work on 2 important scholarly projects in our department. He's also demonstrated great passion for understanding social determinants of health within the community, spearheading and leading projects around this within the medical school, improving social determinants of health in our surrounding community. The The awardee for this prize is Demetrius Woodard. He will be going to residency at University of Pennsylvania. And I'm not sure where he is. Demetrius? Oh, I guess Demetrius isn't here, but yay. I'm very excited. He has done so much work. The second award is the John Fryer Award. This award was established in honor of Dr. John Fryer, who was also a Temple psychiatrist. He's also famed for being a gay rights activist, and he was actually instrumental in having homosexuality removed from DSM back in the 70s by delivering a very, very important landmark speech at the APA. The award is described as a student who must demonstrate genuine commitment to psychiatry and behavioral health and sensitive concern for human aspect of patient care. The recipient for this award, again, demonstrated fantastic clinical care in all her rotations. She also demonstrated amazing leadership and passion in psychiatry, leading throughout her career here, starting from her leadership as the preclinical psychiatry interest group leader to leading within the local chapter of NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Illness. And the winner of this award is Komal Golari. She will be going to University of Connecticut for her residency.
Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Philp. I'm the immediate past clerkship director in surgery, and I have the privilege of presenting 3 awards today on behalf of both the surgery and faculty, both the entire Temple University Health Campus, as well as our colleagues in St. Luke's. The first award is the Dr. Herman Brown Award for Excellence in the Art and Study in the Art and Science of Surgery, which is awarded to the graduating student who has demonstrated both excellence in patient care and surgical research. This year's awardee is a Long Island native who is graduating from the St. Luke's campus, fittingly. She's been a prolific researcher with multiple peer-reviewed publications. I think it's 8, and had time for a book chapter as well. She's worked extensively with our division of plastic surgery with focus on reconstructive surgery and the care of the breast cancer patient. She is the second author on a randomized double-blinded surgical trial, and those are not easy to do, that looked at pain control after reduction mammoplasty. She will be completing a highly competitive integrated plastic surgery residency at the Brown University Rhode Island Hospital program. The Brown Award this year is given to Juliet Penicella. Our second award is the Susan and Robert Prost Prize, which was established in honor of Susan and Robert Prost. This award is given to the graduating senior who was specialized in surgery and who demonstrates a genuine commitment to surgery while exhibiting compassionate clinical care. Our next awardee is also a St. Luke's campus student who has had tremendous success as a young surgical researcher. She has 2 first author publications, and her work within the division of abdominal organ transplant here at the main campus on retransplantation after renal graft failure due to the BK virus was recognized by the Pennsylvania Medical Society and presented in multiple surgical forums, including the prestigious American Society of Transplant and the American Surgical Congress. She will be completing her general surgery residency at the St. Luke's Hospital in Bethlehem, so staying close to home. The Prost Award is given to Caitlin Nguyen. And our final award is the W. Emery Burnett Prize in Surgery, which was established in honor of W. Emery Burnett, who was our chair of the Department of Surgery from 1944 to 1963. This prize is awarded by the faculty of the department to the member of the graduating class who's considered to have done outstanding work in surgery. Our awardee is no stranger to North Broad Street. After completing his psychology degree here at the main campus, he matriculated into the LKSOM. He has done an outstanding job rotating with us in his clinical years. In addition to his clinical research, he is highly invested in the North Philadelphia community. He was a committee member and helped organize both the North Philly Flex and the Give Back by Black programs, which both support local Black-owned businesses in our North Philadelphia community. He's also a steering committee member of the Student Diversity Council. He will be staying here. We're thrilled he's staying here with us at Temple to complete his general surgery residency at the Temple University Hospital. So get some sleep. Our award winner for the Burnett Award is Carmen Wyndham. Yes, he's resting up.
Good afternoon. My name is Jack Marlowe. I'm Chair of Urology. It's my pleasure to present the Dick Kendall Award. Richard Kendall was chair at Urology at Temple from 1974 to 1990. He came from the University of Michigan, and his strengths were innovation, excellence in research, and clinical excellence. And one of his innovative things he did, he made the famous Kendall and Carafin textbook, which at the time in the 70s and 80s, even then he knew medicine was changing so rapidly that it wasn't a bound textbook, but rather a loose leaf binder. And the publisher would send updates every 6 to 8 months as things changed. So this is before the internet. I know it's prehistoric, but before the internet, when medicine was changing at that time, it was so innovative. And the student for this year's award is also innovative, creative, and she has all the innovation, all the characters that Dick Kendall had, the passion, the grit, determination, and strive for clinical excellence. She gave a grand rounds on the innovative use of Gelcyto for upper tract transitional cell carcinoma that was on the level of a second-year urology resident. And she handled questions like a pro from a very, very tough faculty audience. Right after rotation, we said, yeah, she can start the residency right now. Why wait until she finishes their 4th year? So we're proud that she'll be going to Rutgers for her urology residency. And this year's award goes to Jennifer Sykes.
So my apologies. I am not a neurologist and I don't play one on TV, but I am a pediatrician and want to join that play group that's starting there in the back. So I want to apologize, and I'm going to be joined by my colleague, the Senior Associate Dean for the St. Luke's campus, Dr. Eldakar Hine, to give a second award for the Matthew T. Moore Prize in Neurology. Remembering again that this award was established in honor of Dr. Matthew Moore from the class of 1929. The prize is awarded to a member of the graduating class for excellence in neurology and displaying high measures in qualities such as regard for patients, personal integrity, and conscientiousness. Dr. Eldakar Hine.
Thank you so much. Also not a neurologist. I very much appreciate their consultation. So I wanted to make sure I presented this award to one of our St. Luke's Regional Campus students. So Rebecca Maeda, you can come on up while I chat about you. So Rebecca, I always sort of refer to as our resident artist. She provides a lot of artistic support to all of us. She's a member of our Gold Humanism Honor Society. Rebecca really explored PM&R a lot for the few years after some like athletics in college. And during her neuro rehab exploration, found a true love for neurology. The neurology clerkship and sub-internships described her as already at the level of a junior resident. We will certainly miss her artistic talents here at the campus. She was able to make some adjunct drawings to help study tools at the school. She'll be continuing her career at Thomas Jefferson. So congratulations, Rebecca.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start, I'd just like to comment on what an awesome array of talent we have and gifts that we have. So we should give all of our talent a round of applause. I'm Dr. Neil Pitts. I'm from the Center for Urban Bioethics. I'm an assistant professor there. And the Center for Urban Bioethics is devoted to pursuing health equity through education, research, and community engagement. And I'm here to present the Bioethics Community Engagement Award. I am pleased to do that. This award is in recognition of a student who has advanced understanding and sensitivity to community engagement in an urban setting. I'm excited to present this award. This person has worked at Zion Cares, an urban ministry in the North Philadelphia area associated with the Zion Baptist Church. This year's honoree employed gifts of leadership, community, and forward thinking to design a framework for service learning project development. Through an Alpha Omega Alpha grant, she was able to create a 3-year structure within which LKSOM students at Zion Cares are able to operate for the greater good of the community at large. This person, by the way, is a 2023 recipient or inductee in AOA. Her master's thesis closely examined the issue of vaccination hesitancy that became evident specifically in communities of color during COVID-19 pandemic. Her energy and commitment to community engagement will be missed as she turns her sights toward an internal medicine residency at Northwestern University. Congratulations to Hiathi Sumiyaji.
Hello, my name is Nora Jones. I'm the Associate Director of the Center for Urban Bioethics, and I run our Master's in Urban Bioethics program. I get to present the Center for Urban Bioethics Scholar Award, which is an award that recognizes a student whose thesis makes a significant contribution to the scholarship in urban bioethics. This year's honoree applied a 360-degree lens to the problem of the lack of diversity in medicine. From critically analyzing the emerging evidence about the efficacy of particular interventions to designing his own. For the last 3 years, the recipient of this award ran a Minorities to Medicine Pathway program on the St. Luke's campus. And in fact, he is packing up and driving here right now, so he is watching the streaming. His thesis provides powerful ethical grounding and guidance for current and future medical educators, and I look forward to continuing to learn from him as he advances in his career. We'll miss him as he heads to New York for a general surgery residency. Felicidades, Frank Cedeño.
Hello,
My name is Jerome Wright. I'm Senior Coordinator in the Office of Student Support.
And my name is Ingrid Mapano, and I'm a program coordinator with the Office of Health Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. Jerome and I are the current co-directors of the Bridging the Gaps program at Temple University, which is an interprofessional training of health and social service professionals on community engagement with historically marginalized and under-resourced communities in the greater Philadelphia area. The Bridging the Gaps Scholar Award is given to recipients who complete a 7-week Bridging the Gaps summer community health internship where students collaborate with nonprofit community partners to design projects on community-defined needs. Recipients also attend at least 6 Bridging the Gaps seminars, which are delivered throughout the academic year, and they also complete a Bridging the Gaps community health rotation during their 4th year of medical school.
This year's recipient completed not 1, but 2 summer internships. The first in 2019 at Red Shield, which is a residence for unhoused families. She completed a second internship in 2020 at Together for West Philly, which provided community health resource information to residents in that area. She attended the required number of seminars, including one on harm reduction. And she did her 4th year Bridging the Gaps rotation at Prevention Point, which is a nonprofit organization that provides harm reduction services to individuals experiencing substance abuse disorder in Philadelphia and surrounding areas. This year's recipient is Megan Swiren. All right, we did.
Good afternoon. I'm Judith Lippman from the Department of Biomedical Education, and I would like to first introduce David Troyer, who will tell you a bit about the J. Robert Troyer Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's David Troyer. I'm Temple made and Temple proud. And when I say Temple made, literally born at Temple Hospital across the street. So that's the cheapest applause I've ever gotten in my life. It is my honor, great honor and privilege, along with Dr. Judith Litvin, to present the award named after my father, Dr. J. Robert Troyer, and my father, Bob Troyer, taught at Temple Medical School from 1954 to 1993, taught mostly anatomy, neuroanatomy, embryology, and was chairman of the Department of Anatomy and Cell Biology from 1979 to 1993. So this award is given to the graduating student with the highest academic performance in the pre-clerkship years. So Dr. Lippin.
Thank you, David. So the student that will receive this award has excelled in the anatomical sciences, a discipline that was very near and dear to Robert Troyer. But the student has also excelled in scholarly activity at Temple, has done superbly, performed really well over the 4 years. And he has supported his peers as a peer academic facilitator in our program where students help students. So it is my privilege to give this award to Caleb Foster.
Hello, I'm Abby Berkeley. I'm the Interim Senior Associate Dean for Diversity, also a professor of clinical anesthesiology. And I want to segue a little bit to just say congratulations to all of our graduating students. I do not think you yet realize, but you shortly will, that the training that you've received here is superior bar none. And we are looking forward to the ways in which you will conquer the world. I deserve very little credit for that. I'm here to present the Charles Schnall Alumni Award for Clinical Excellence. This was established in memory of Dr. Schnall of the class of 1939. This award is given to the member of the graduating class who is considered to have had the most outstanding performance in the clinical years. This year's recipient is an outstanding role model for us all. Her practice has been informed by research projects, which included a United Nations study investigating the risk factors for young people around the world regarding substance use and violent extremism, as well as a degree in peace studies exploring how political status impacts Latino women's access to maternal care during pregnancy in the United States. She also served as a peer academic facilitator, assisting students with studying as well as providing insights on program development, and volunteered to work with elders at a local community center. Her clinical evaluations consistently acknowledge her ability to balance a solid knowledge base with compassion, advocacy, collaboration, and diagnostic skill. Her efforts earned her membership in the Gold Humanism Honor Society, which recognizes students for their leadership in fostering these elements of care throughout their education. She truly has been a joy to all who have had the opportunity to work with her. She is headed for residency in internal medicine at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts. You have met her already, and I ask her to come down. I'm going to veer away from calling her student and call her Dr. Ivana Coate.
Good afternoon. My name is Ana Gamero. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Medical Genetics and Molecular Biochemistry. Today, I'm going to introduce the name of the recipient for the Susan and Elliot Menkowitz Class of 1967 Award. The purpose of the fund is to provide an annual award to a fourth-year medical student who is a member of the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society and who has demonstrated leadership, research, service, and compassion for patients and colleagues. So let me tell you who is the recipient of this wonderful award. But before I give out his name, let me tell you a little bit about him. He is first in his family to attend medical school. He and I share something in common. We were both born in South America. I had the pleasure of meeting him in his first year of medical school when I was teaching fundamentals too. And shortly after, I had the pleasure of working with him in my role as co-faculty advisor for LMSA. I have watched this remarkable human being excel academically, transform into a student leader over the course of 4 years at Temple. And he has become an advocate for the students underrepresented in medicine. He's deeply committed to community service as a lead student chairman for Puentes de Salud, a nonprofit clinic that serves uninsured Latino immigrants. He's also been engaged in a scholarly work related to the specialty he wanted to pursue, and I heard him say over and over again since year one. This student is going to stay with us and complete a residency in orthopedic surgery at Temple. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you Nicolas Echeverria.
Good afternoon and congratulations to the class of 2023. It is my honor today to present the Rema Paredes Luck Award in Humanitarianism. Dr. Luck was a pediatric emergency room physician here. She was an astute clinician, researcher, and educator, but her true passion lied in serving others, and she spent most of her vacations doing medical humanitarianism work throughout the world, mostly in impoverished areas. The award winner this year, herself, demonstrated a lot of the qualities that Rema did. She served as co-chair of our honor board, assuring and upholding high standards and ethical standards for our students. She also was a staunch advocate of human rights. She was the director of operations of the Philadelphia Human Rights Clinic, which was a student-run clinic that provided examinations for survivors of persecution seeking asylum. She also organized domestic violence training on our campus for fellow classmates. And she served as a translator for Afghan refugees as they were coming through the Philadelphia airport. In addition to all this, she found time to get her master's in urban bioethics, where her thesis is an ethnographic focused on journeys of displaced medical doctors from Afghanistan who are working to re-enter the medical field in America. It's my pleasure that this graduate, who will be doing pediatrics at Children's National Medical Center in DC, let me introduce to you Ariana Mirzada.
Good afternoon. My name is Hannah Raverby. I'm a hospitalist and assistant dean in the Office of Student Support, and I'm thrilled to be able to present today the Jerry Zaslow Memorial Award. Established in honor of Dr. Jerry Zaslow, class of 1940, this prize is awarded to a student who has demonstrated high academic achievement and well-rounded activity within the university and within the community. In addition to her strong academic performance throughout all 4 years of medical school, this year's recipient was a class leader and advocate for both her peers and the North Philadelphia community. She served as president of the Temple Emergency Action Corps and worked with other leaders across Temple during the start of the COVID-19 pandemic to convert the Temple Leocore Center into a surge medical facility for FEMA. As a member of the Student Diversity Council, she advocated for students who are underrepresented in medicine. And as an R Wellness Liaison, or OWL, she participated in activities to support the overall well-being of her classmates. In her spare time, she was a frequent volunteer at the Puentes de Salud Clinic and served as the community service chair for the Latino Medical Student Association. We're so grateful for all that she did while she was here at Temple and can't wait to see what she does next in Chicago, where she goes to complete her residency in internal medicine at Northwestern University. Congratulations, Amanda Parola.
It takes three of us to present the next series of awards. These are the School of Medicine Service Awards given to members of the graduating class who through leadership and service have made outstanding contributions to the life of the medical school and the Temple family. So Dr. Puente.
Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Excuse me. I'm Manny Puente. I'm Assistant Dean of Career Advising at our St. Luke's Regional Campus, and I'm mostly Associate Program Director for Family Medicine at one of our 5 family medicine residency programs at St. Luke's. And I have the privilege of presenting the School of Medicine Service Award. This award is awarded to members of the graduating class who, through leadership and service, have made outstanding contributions to the life of the medical school. Our first recipient is our Bethlehem Regional Campus class president. She has been a great advocate of the school and has embraced its mission with vigor. She has been an invaluable asset, and we are so grateful for her service. She has stepped up to every opportunity of growth availed to our school with excitement and optimism, and has led the school on several important committees, as well as ushered in our inaugural class of first year as the 4-year campus was established. She will be headed to residency in emergency medicine at St. Luke's University Health Network. And I've come to know her very well. She is a lovely person who's going to impact all of our patients at our St. Luke's community. I have the honor to present our first School of Medicine Award to Adriana Falciano. Congratulations.
Usually he cries, not idiots.
So I'm Kimberly Ford. I'm the Assistant Dean for Career Advising in the Office of Student Support. And the second recipient of this year's School of Medicine Service Award started off in student government as one of the class representatives, and he then served as class president. And I've been honored to work with him during my very short tenure here in the Office of Student Support. But I can tell you that firsthand, I've witnessed his exceptional leadership. He has excellent communication skills. He's an active listener, and he's a tireless advocate on the behalf of his colleagues. He's been an active participant on many committees, including the Student Advisory Board for the Dean of LKSOM Search, several search committees for Senior Dean's Office positions, and also served as a member of the Task Force for Curriculum Renewal for Phases 1 and 2, ensuring that the interests of LKSOM students remain at the forefront of any institutional changes being considered. In addition, he's distinguished himself academically, obtaining a dual degree in urban bioethics, publishing several high-impact manuscripts, 3 of which were first author, and being elected into the Gold Humanism and AOA Honor Societies. I'm very proud to present one of this year's recipients of the School of Medicine Service Award to Arnav Shah. He'll be pursuing a residency in otolaryngology at Rush.
So last but in no way least, I have the privilege to announce our final awardee. This awardee has served her peers as class president for 2 years before being selected to serve as the president of the Student Government Association. She has shown exemplary leadership skills in partnering with the educational administrative leaders and in always advocating for her peers. She is collaborative, respectful, has a positive outlook, is open to change, and seeks opportunities to enhance both structures and processes on behalf of the School of Medicine. As an advocate in advancing health equity and inclusion, you heard earlier about her work to advance access for Spanish-speaking patients. And she has continued throughout her medical school career to provide mentoring, support, and resources to members of the Vietnamese and Liberian community in West Philadelphia. She has mentored other students in scholarly work, and as a scholar herself has authored a number of abstract and even worked to develop a new clinical protocol for phase 1 clinical trials at the Fox Chase Cancer Center. You've heard about her before. This recipient is Teresa Tran, who will be pursuing a residency in dermatology here at Temple University Health.
Hi, everybody. I'm Diane Butera, Director of Student Support, and it is amazing to be down here today. I'm going to introduce to you for this award the Emily Reeves Class of 2015 Award. Her father, Jim Reeves, to say a few things about the amazing Emily who won a service award in 2015.
Thank you, Diane. First, I'd like to thank you for inviting Beth and me to talk about Emily today, and also to the Lewis Katz School of Medicine for honoring Emily's name on this award. Emily received this award in 2015. She absolutely loved the people at Temple, the students, the faculty, everybody. She was known as quite the baker because she'd bring in cookies during crisis time. She basically got involved in everything she could do everywhere she could find. But her big key was making sure that the people, her peers especially, were sticking with her, to make sure, sticking with the academics and hanging in there to get through the rigors of what you guys just finished. She was born with albinism, and that created some problems with vision, as well as some social problems when dealing with, especially during adolescence, with students that didn't quite understand what albinism meant, what albinism was. But she never let that stop her. In fact, I think it drove her to succeed. She announced when in 6th grade that she was going to go to Duke and she was going to be a pediatrician. We thought that was pretty lofty at the time, but she went to Duke and she became a pediatrician. So she started here at Temple in 2011. And graduated in 2015, went on to University of Maryland, where she did her residency in pediatrics. And she was named chief resident in 2018. Once again there at University of Maryland as at Temple, she was the glue that kept her colleagues together. We had countless people come up to us later saying, I finished school because Emily kept encouraging me to stay here and keep going. And in fact, she actually came back to mentored some folks with albinism going through the rigors of medical school as well, to say, don't give up, you can make this, it'll work. You just got to go. She got her colleagues to do things totally out of their comfort zone. I mean, well, in Baltimore, they went to the toilet bowl races. I mean, how strange is that? But she was always pushing ahead, trying to do things, loving life. But she also loved pediatrics, and she really couldn't get enough of it, so to speak. Unfortunately, she was diagnosed with cancer, ovarian cancer, in 2019. But she continued to practice through the pains of her own chemo, the surgeries, and everything. But she always was known to be the anchor of the pediatric emergency room there. And The funny story I have is one of the nurses in the ER said that this infant had presented with a need to get a lumbar puncture. And no one in the ER could successfully do it. Don't know if it was because the child was too small or what, but nobody could do it. They called in the folks in the regular ER, they couldn't do it. And this one woman said, Emily's coming, shift change, I bet she can do it. So she comes in, they tell her what's going on. She's like, okay. And she didn't disappoint. She got it in there and was successful. And at that point in time, she stopped. She said, I may have cancer, but I still got it. And that is the essence of Emily. Diane saw it. I think she was a regular in her office. And so once again, this award is being given to those who show that promise and that desire to really help people out.
It's a hard act to follow. She was amazing, and I did have the privilege to get to know her very well while she was here. So smarts, humor, and an unyielding drive to learn as much as possible, as well as consistent commitment to leadership. Those are the characteristics that we seek in a student for this award, and it's quite a legacy, so you better carry it well. We have two recipients this year, one from Philly and one from St. Luke's. The student from North Philly displays these characteristics in many, many ways. Understated, he has involvements in more activities than I realized, even though I had the privilege to work with him for the past few years. He was co-president of the Internal Medicine Interest Group, treasurer of the Latinx Medical Student Association, a volunteer at Puentes de Salud, a medical Spanish instructor, and what has been near and dear to my heart, a lead in our tutoring peer academic facilitation program. There has never been an issue too big for him to tackle in terms of tutoring. He has helped so many students find their ways to feeling better, not just about studying, but about themselves as well, which is key as a medical student. You might want to come and work in the Office of Student Support. He also has been instrumental in making this program stronger, involving the training for new paths where his teaching and facilitation abilities kept everyone engaged, delightfully engaged, and that is not something easy to do with medical students. Like Emily, he is the glue that holds people together, and he is the first student to help me understand, I'm going to try to say this, the regulation of fructose 2,6-biphosphate on glycolysis, whatever, I always botch it. From his amazing PAF interview presentation when he blew the room away with his good-natured clarity. And then there's the reason why I came to medical school. Repeatedly, attendings have commented on his his outstanding, exceptional patient care skills. Anyway, we want to congratulate him. He also recently got married to another wonderful medical student. I think by this point, you know who you are. Pursuing a resident in internal medicine down the street, so not too far away, we have a long arm, at Jefferson University. I am just so pleased and honored to present this to an absolutely outstanding human being and soon to be Dr. Edwin Perez. Yeah, you gotta come and get it. You're coming in with that.
I'll be on the back row.
Oh.
Front row. Come on. Come up to the front. Oh, hold this stuff. There you go. There you go. Big smile. One more like that.
All right. So thank you so much for that lovely description of Emily. I can say that the second recipient from the St. Luke's Regional Campus holds a lot of those values that you shared with us and that you've treasured. So our second recipient is a member of both AOA and Gold Humanism Honor Society, as well as a leader in our OWL program. She's a fierce advocate for mental health and wellness for her class, as well as the community. Her commitment to service is exemplary, and she's led several community health education programs in the Lehigh Valley in various areas such in science, as well as mentorship and companionship to the underserved youth in the community. Impacted by suicide in her own life, she devoted much of her fourth year to increasing education and awareness on suicide and suicide prevention at the medical school, the graduate medical education program, and our community. She brings a real sense of warmth and positive energy everywhere she goes. She's headed to OBGYN residency at St. Luke's University, and it's an honor to present the recipient of the second Emily Reeves Service Award to Kimberly Barr. Staying up here, so sorry about that. So it's interesting because I wrote an email to the students a few days ago that said, I'm not crying, you're crying, because this is just such an amazing class. So congratulations to everyone. We are going to miss you. All right, I am here to, and I'm Shadden, I think we all heard that, but I'm here to present the Manpreet Chauhan Endowed Award. This award was established to provide an award to medical students who demonstrate a genuine commitment to community service. And there are two awards. Sorry, there are two awards. Our first recipient is from the St. Luke's Regional Campus and a member of our Gold Humanism Honor Society, as well as, again, one of our owls. So what great groups those are. She's been instrumental support to the medical school through almost every service possible and every opportunity, whether it was admissions, orientation leader, doctoring representative, student panels, you name it. She said yes, and she dug in and she got it all done. But that wasn't just the only service she performed at our school. She carried this service beyond to our community through our community health education program, which again is outreach to the youth in the Lehigh Valley, CPR instruction, and with her Gold Humanism Honor Society project, they produced a magazine that showed the lives of members of the hospital system that perhaps go under, I don't know what the word is, but we don't see them as much. So maybe one of them was a sushi chef, one of them was our housekeeping, and just the people that really keep everything running that just don't maybe get as much appreciation as they should. And they highlighted these faces in the magazine called Steel. She also helped organize students for our National Suicide Prevention Walk. She will be going on to emergency medicine at St. Luke's University Health Network, and they are very lucky to have her. I am grateful to present the Manpreet Chauhan Endowed Award to Genevieve Schmidt.
And I'm thrilled to be able to present. I'm thrilled to be able to present the second recipient of the Manpreet Chauhan Endowed Award. This recipient is well known to LKSM community for having an effervescent personality and a warm smile on his face for everyone he encounters. He's had a longstanding commitment to advocacy and community service, as demonstrated by his work as the Community Service Chair for SNMA. Additionally, he was the co-founder of the Cardiovascular Urban Research and Education Club, which engaged in a barbershop initiative, performing blood pressure screenings and providing health education to Black men in North Philadelphia. He's going into psychiatry at the University of Pennsylvania, and we are so thrilled to be able to present this award to Demetrius Woodard. And I think that we just could not be here today, so we wish him congratulations.
Hello. I am here to present the Leslie Squires Compassion in Medicine Award. This award was established by Frederick Squires, MD, graduated in 91, in honor of his father, Leslie Squires. The award is presented to a graduating student for exhibiting outstanding compassion for patients. This award recipient is a member of the Gold Humanism Honor Society and AOA, as well as co-leader of our Campus Diversity and Inclusion Task Force. She has made a huge impact in service throughout the Lehigh Valley Youth and the Big Brother, Big Sister program. Her commitment to supporting her colleagues in the school is exemplary. She is selfless by nature and motivated to help others, as evident in just meeting her and reiterated all over her clinical comments. When asked about the student's opportunity to be a donor in the Be the Match donation as a first-year medical student, she felt both humbled and was able to offer a second chance of life to a patient, and fortunate to have been given that opportunity. Helping others is a part of her DNA, and we will miss her. She is headed to a residency in anesthesia at Columbia University, and it's my honor to present the Leslie Squires MD Compassion in Medicine Award to Rebecca Bates.
I'll just take a moment to Fred Squires, who was very much Temple made, died this past year, and I would always see him here giving out this award. And he graduated in 91, so I was a surgical resident in 87 to 92. And he was always so positive when he saw me, and I was always so worried that I wasn't very nice as a surgical resident when he was a student here. But I'm just thinking about him today. So congratulations on the award. All right. So we only have about 20 more awards. I hope you won't mind. Okay, we're getting to the end, but some additional very special awards. So it's my pleasure to present the following awards to outstanding members of the class of 2023. The Mary Daly Award was established in honor of the late Mary Daly, wife of former School of Medicine Dean Dr. John Daly, by his classmates, Drs. Jean and Bob Belasco. It was then endowed by Dr. Daly himself. It is a prize awarded to a graduating student who exemplifies excellence in clinical care, compassion, and patient service. We have two recipients. The first recipient of this award is a member of both the Gold Humanism Honor Society and the Alpha Omega Alpha Society. She has been a tireless advocate for a racially and culturally conscious community committed to social justice, serving as one of the original members of the Lewis Katz School of Medicine Student Diversity Council. She also was a key member of the Student National Medical Association, helping to organize events, programs, activities that help support students who have been underrepresented in medicine. Additionally, during medical school, she worked on a master's degree, an urban bioethics degree, and served as a research fellow in the Center for Urban Bioethics, collaborating with the Maternal Health Equity Corps, and piloted the Village Connect program, which offered childbirth education, infant feeding support, and psychotherapy for the local community. In addition, she was instrumental to the construction and free distribution of over 12,000 fabric reusable masks that contained filter paper during the COVID-19 pandemic. As one of the co-chairs in the Gold Humanism Honor Society, her efforts improved both collaboration and communication and inspired students to complete more than 12 projects, making it one of our most successful Gold Humanism Honor Society classes in years. Headed to a residency in obstetrics and gynecology at the University of California at San Francisco, it is my great pleasure to present this award to Shyler Edwards. The next recipient of this award is also a member of the Alpha Omega Alpha Society. He has been an unwavering advocate for equity and inclusion, where he was co-leader of the Diversity Inclusion Task Force at the Bethlehem Regional Campus. In his role, he inspired others in community outreach projects, voter registration initiatives, and collaborative meetings with leadership around retention and recruitment of underrepresented students and faculty in medicine. Additionally, he has a strong commitment to LGBTQ+ health and increasing student and physician awareness around patients' needs and gender-affirming care. He co-facilitated a breakout group at the National CREOG and APGO meetings that was aimed at implementation of gender-affirming language in medical education and practice. In addition to this national presence, he hosted workshops at the medical school and took this commitment one step further in working with faculty to establish a LGBTQ+ health elective. His clinical comments consistently speak to his outstanding interpersonal skills, professionalism, and high emotional intelligence with a degree of empathy far beyond his training. He appreciates collaboration, encourages an uplifting, positive environment, and is a tireless patient advocate. He is pursuing a residency in obstetrics and gynecology at Rutgers University. It is my great pleasure to present this award to Alex Rizzo. Okay, the last award, the Joseph C. Doan MD Memorial Prize, is established in honor of Joseph Doan, class of 1948, and is awarded annually to a member of the graduating class who has attained the highest average throughout all 4 years of medical school. One of this student's many outstanding characteristics is her generosity of spirit. As kind, determined, hardworking, and good-natured as she is intelligent, this year's recipient is an exemplar of the well-rounded student, which was recognized with her induction to the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society. While at LKSOM, she continually extracted opportunities to learn, grow, and develop as a future physician. She has served as a peer academic facilitator, aka tutor, took part of the narrative medicine program. Her piece, quote unquote, listening, received an honorable mention in the annual LKSOM essay contest. She also coordinated the 3rd annual Women in Medicine mentorship event and conducted research, receiving first place for a poster presentation at Pennsylvania Academy of Family Physicians Conference for a case report on a patient with Guillain-Barré syndrome after COVID-19 infection. As a peer academic facilitator, she consistently demonstrated how education as a collective activity benefits everyone, especially when guided by a solid foundation and a passion for care. Fueled by an interest in learning, she collaborated with students, staff, and faculty to significantly strengthen LKSOM's tutoring program. A natural teacher, she easily connected with students, building trust and truly helping them to improve their approaches to studying, and even more importantly, trusting themselves. Comments from students whom she tutored include, she was awesome, a great listener who provided both support and guidance, a great role model who inspires, clear and thoughtful, helping to make sense of complex topics and making herself available even with a busy schedule. As a future physician, there is no doubt that her warmth, calm demeanor, and keen observational skills will entrust her to patients and make her a valued colleague in the OR. Headed to residency in anesthesiology at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, it is an honor to present this highest academic achievement award to a most well-deserving student, Maura Risk. All right. Congratulations to all of our winners and thank you for attending this year's celebration. We have one last request to all the recipient students and faculty. If you could come down to the front of the room for a group photo. We'll see how we do that. Then afterwards, please join us for refreshments in the Commons. And I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow at graduation. Thank you.